Hey, what's up, LTG family? I hope you all are doing fantastic and phenomenal. And let me start today's debate competition with one quote, a very powerful one that once you open your mouth, you tell the world who you are. Exactly, you heard it right. So, welcome all the dear students and the viewers in this debate competition. And today's topic is very intimidating, interesting. And the topic is, does government job or private job the students should be looking for, or let's say government job versus private job? Let's see what the students of LDG have to speak regarding today's topic. Over to you. Let's begin today's debate.
So, hello everyone, it's me Mohammad Saki. I'm in LDG and we are about to start a debate. It's a humble introduction. Let's get started. At the dawn of the human time, people are looking for government job. Why they are looking for government job? Because it will provide you a sense of safety. A sense of safety in your job. You will feel you're never gonna lose your job. In private job, they have the fear they might lose if they did something wrong, if something happens, or inflation or recession came.
Grab the mic a little closer.
Yeah. If recession came, they might lose the job. That's their biggest fear. So that's the reason why people should choose government job only. That's my point. And I'm allowing you to speak, to give a opposing view.
Hello, this is Rishabh, and I would like to present a completely opposing view to Saki, because I'm absolutely supportive towards the private sector, the corporate sector. First of all, if you want to do a government job, you have to find a one. First of all, the opportunity for government jobs are extremely limited, even happening for the 100 posts, more than 100,000 people are applying. Even within that, you have quota system. So I think chances are that if you, despite being have the merit, you are not going to get qualified for that. So first of all, for doing, you have to find a one. But in the private sector, ample opportunities. Plethora of opportunities are present there. So if you have the qualification, you can present your resume, I think, through LinkedIn or anything. Like, you can send that. You will get a call, an interview call. You will sit in an interview, and you will be hired. So there are plethora of opportunities compared to the government sector.
You pass it to me.
Yeah.
So one thing, if diamonds are everywhere at the road, so diamonds value won't be anything. Like the value is too less then. Okay. So government jobs are like diamonds. It's hard to find out. It's hard to get enter. However, once you enter, you get the opportunity to serve the people. You can work for the people. That's it. It's a great thing as a human. It's ethical, big thing. That's my point. And now my companion want to shed light upon this more further at some points.
First of all, government job is a very secure job. People can continue their job up to 60 years old, and until and unless they get trapped any theft case charged upon him or her. Until and unless any theft case charged upon him or her.
Exactly. Great point.
Yes.
Please keep speaking, gentlemen.
Until and unless they get. But in private company, it doesn't happen. Anytime people can get fired from that job, actually.
Wow,
And-
nice point. It's a hard blow for the competitors.
And in government job, employees are paid in scale-based structure actually, which consists of basic pay, dearness allowance, house rent, and medical allowance. But in private company, it doesn't happen. In private companies, employees are paid in consolidated structure.
So I would like to add something.
Yes, sure.
First of all, the diamonds, do you know that getting hired in a good, MNCs, it's incredibly difficult. Like, you have to have so much of soft skills along with that personality. In government job, personality, soft skills, hardly matters. So it's incredibly difficult to be hired. So I think those people who are working, especially in a marketing department,
Wonderful
or
point, yeah.
they are actually one of the most smartest
That's right.
smartest
That's
people
right.
in
That's
the
right.
world, actually. And
Exactly.
you told that people can get fired very quickly, but people can get, if they have the potential, they can get very quickly promoted in a private organization.
That's right.
And the kind of package they get is actually millions. A government sector job cannot never ever be a match for that.
Exactly.
My point is now,
I want to add something.
I want to oppose him by a
Okay.
strong point.
Okay, let me finish first.
Very nice.
First of all, all of you are talking about government jobs, but say me, what is the last time the government exam happened in West Bengal or any other countries? How people get government jobs when the exam is not conducted properly, and there are corruption, there are lots of politics happening behind government jobs, and we can see the news is also on television channels about the corruption
Exactly.
regarding the government things.
Exactly.
Whether you can definitely get a private job very easily if you have the right skill, if you have the knowledge, and if you showcase yourself in front of the organization. Wherever government job doesn't only need your skill, it's also a matter of luck also. Like when the exam will happen, my age will permit or not, that is also a big question in
True,
today's
yeah, true.
contemporary society.
True.
So I would like to add a point regarding this government job. Ma'am has announced that yes, it might be a luck factor, but if the luck supports, nobody has the power to snatch away the government job. Rather, in it's the case of with salary, even a good Group D staff, a healthy, positive mindset Group D staff may have the good communication skill than MNC leader. It's depending upon the person
Yeah,
itself,
that's true.
its
Yes.
mindset, and
Exactly.
the workflow or the work opportunity he got. The government job is quite beneficial for us, but quite not for the private sectors because of these scams and all leading to
True,
the
yeah, true.
job loss and all. We heard in the television daily news. But regarding accepting that, the government job is best job till date,
True.
except the
Yeah, true.
positive thing, negative things.
True.
Okay.
No, listen, I would like to
Added my point.
You will be speaking after me. You will be speaking after me. Let me finish.
One person will speak from one team, then the other
Yeah.
person will speak.
Your team, Max spoke. Now it is.
Absolutely, yeah. It's your turn. Continue, continue, continue.
So I think if you think about the work environment also, like in the private sector, work environment is quite dynamic. So you can, I think, learn. You will be learn a lot.
True.
But in the government sector, I stopped visiting the banks and the post office because when I entered there, it was like feeling I was in 1960s or 1970s. It was so slow, and the behavior was so rude. So in private sector, corporate sector, it is actually part of the study also. They teach their employees, also train there, that a good behavior is so important to grow our business. Not only that, it's very important to give respect to your co-citizen, because the guest or a customer is your co-citizen. But in the government sector employees, I think the that sort of professional work culture, I think, doesn't exist. So for that reason, the
Do you mean
government
the work
sector
ethics?
work ethics, it
Yeah.
is not there actually. So that is the reason I found it's a huge difference. I think corporate sector employees are so professional, and the
And do you mean in private they have a learning and development department?
they
A
have
separate
I told you,
department.
they have a
Okay.
separate department also.
Yeah, true.
So in some institution they have training manager or learner development
Exactly.
manager. So
Exactly.
learning center.
Well, that's a good point. Yeah.
As in the government sector, so I found them vis-a-vis government sector employees extremely unprofessional vis-a-vis a private sector employee. Now it's your turn.
Come on.
So I would like to rectify you at three places. Okay, you have said that private sector is dynamic work culture. It's not dynamic. It's depressed. People are so much depressed in private sector. They are dying by the work pressure. They're not able to take the work pressure. You are
True, true,
And
very
the
true.
second point, you have talked about
Very
at the
true.
very beginning there's plenty of opportunities, but after the next point you have said there it's too hard to get. You are saying that there's too much opportunities.
Grab the
Yeah,
mic
there's
closer to your mouth.
there's
Come on.
too much opportunities, and the next time you are saying it's hard to get. It's listen. No, you have said hard to get high level MNC. You have listen. Listen. Don't
Please continue speaking, gentlemen. Who is stopping you?
yeah, don't interrupt. And the last thing, you have said that there is no professionalism in government job. You are absolutely wrong, because I've seen so many people who are working for the government who are doing very good. They are good professional. They are working very hard. They are going and doing the work. Okay, now the point I want to add it. Those 3 points you have listened, where I have contradicted you, where I have corrected you, and now my point, what I want to add, it is that government work culture. You have said about your work culture is dynamic, and I have said that depressed. But in our work culture, that is predictable. You can understand what you have to do, what you are supposed to do. Supposed to do. That means you do not have to take extra pressure in your mind. You do not need to take the pills of stress. You do not go to the medicine shop to take the stress pills. Do you understood? I mean, it's predictable so much. So that's the reason why government job is best.
Do you mean to
Best.
say they have work-life balance?
Yep, they have. They have.
The government employees, they have the work-life balance.
Even they have the authority to bend, to become
grab the
dynamic,
mic.
to
Come on,
become
keep it closer.
dynamic while walking. And I will make
I
you
have to tell
understand.
you next time I'll snatch the mic.
Okay,
This is the
okay.
last warning, okay?
Okay, so you have said now that work culture, you're dynamic and are stagnant. That's completely shit. Let me make you understand. We have the authority. We have the authority to bend some dynamics. We can become dynamic if we want. The authority is in the people's hand, in the employee's hand. However, in your structure, there is a higher authority. If the higher authority said this, you cannot do anything else. The second thought won't come to that. But here,
Gentlemen, please speak faster. State your point faster. Yeah, speak fast. Come on.
so what I
You're
was
eating
saying
others'
that
time.
our work culture is also dynamic. Again, don't grab like this, like you are about to snatch the mic from my mouth and you want to put the thing that I'm wrong. But however, there's a good manner, you can do it. That is the thing what government employees does.
Yeah,
Like,
look,
they
look,
have
look.
themselves.
Look.
Over the mic.
Government employees, we have the manners, like you have suddenly grabbed the mic like this, that I became bit offended by this. I became bit offended by this. So that's the reason this thing is lacking in private sectors. In government sectors,
All right, gentlemen, please control emotions. Yeah, please continue.
Okay, look, most of the PSUs actually running in deficit. Why? Because of very loose work culture. Government have to bring in money, to make them functional, and that's never can be a functional business model. That's why I always say government is no business to win business. But vis-a-vis in the corporate sector, actually they're all in profits. Just compare between BSNL and companies like Airtel and Jio. Airtel and Jio not only 5G, they're talking about 6G, but BSNL is struggling to roll out even 4G.
That's true.
That's the
That is
work
true.
culture difference.
That's true.
Because private sector workers do a lot of smart work and they do most of the work dumb work basically.
Which connectivity, by the way, you're using?
I'm using Airtel.
Airtel. I'm
Airtel is
using.
fantastic.
Yeah, I'm Geo. I'm very happy with Geo.
Yeah, exactly. So
all right. Yeah, good
BSNL
point.
is becoming like dinosaurs.
Well,
They're
that's a
becoming extinct.
good example. Let's see. Please, exactly. Yeah. That's right. That's a true courtesy of a gentleman. You guys are sounding like misogynistic, you know. Ma'am, the lady wants to speak and you're not allowing her to speak. You're snatching her fundamental rights. Shame on you, gentlemen. And don't call yourself gentleman, by the way.
Okay, so as you speak that the hierarchy things, government organization is following the old hierarchies. They are following the bottom-up. They are not following the bottom-up approach. They are following the top-down approach. Only the rigid rules, the rigid laws they have to follow, and there is nothing innovative, nothing creative. People can't put anything creative. Only they follow the system, the laws, the rules already prepared before Britishers, yes, and they are following same rules. Current scenario that are not appropriate in the current scenario also. Okay, and then one thing, you can't put your thoughts to your organization. You only have to follow the rules. There is no innovative and creative ideas which can really make your organization better, and there is no area of improvement, no area of betterment. They are like only they are only in a same manner running the same system over and over years.
yeah, I will allow them to speak.
Please,
However,
gentlemen, continue.
no, listen. What I'm saying, you have said that we are following old methods and all those stuffs you guys have talked about, that unproductivity and no creativity or something. Now I'm telling you, do you ever heard about Skill India, NSDC, all those government organization? What they does, they provide skills, soft skills, communication skill, all those things to people who are working for private. Those people learn from the government peoples. Do you understood? And one thing, so that's the reason why government structures are not backdated. They have the updates. They are also doing. They are also teaching the privates.
Why they are not updating the government organization? Why
Na-
they are practicing all the practices in private organizations only? Because they also know that private organizations are the future of our country. They are really giving employment to the younger generation, and the government has failed in that category. That only the reason they are putting the skills, all the trainings to the private organizations.
At the passport office,
True,
I
wonderful
saw
point said
in-
by
in-
Ria.
At the passport office, I saw the government, the MEA, Ministry of External Affairs, given contract to TCS to contact. That's why those, I think everything running is smoothly because TCS is handling the organization. If they're so efficient, then why they give contract to TCS?
True, yeah.
So now I'll make you understand. The first point you have talked about, PSU companies are in loss. Government funding them. You know, the Indian metro, the Kolkata metro is from the past few years, it is in loss. Still, government is doing for the people to provide them the service.
That's right, exactly. Wonderful
To
point.
provide them the service. That's the
Wonderful
reason of the
point, yeah.
government to help the poor people, to help the people who are in need. And now I'll make you understand. You talked about their system handling. Okay, TCS handling the system. What is known as business process outsourcing, or KPO, BPO. Okay, they are outsourcing. So that's also part of business. They're doing the thing. They're working their smart brains. This is it. Do you understood what I mean by? I hope you got my point. Okay. Now our people want to speak.
Rather being in the positive and negative sides, government job always have a secured environment, and whether if you as a person doesn't do anything wrong, or any theft happens, or any allegations false, or anything, the allegations are not there, then the job will not go. In private sectors many things happen, like we are of shortage of funds, like we are shortage of money, we cannot provide the salary as you expect.
Very true.
We are
This incident happens, exactly.
we are deciding it.
Correct.
We are
Very relevant point that was, yeah.
yes,
Mayank, that was very relevant point. Yeah.
because the government official is I agree that yes, there is something lacking in the government job, but as a government employee you can sleep peacefully in night, rather not being in that job like IAS, IPS, or army officials. Not in that job, you can, if you are in teaching line as well as any organization included in government
Like,
only
you mean to
office
say, Mayank,
sectors.
you can sleep peacefully, right? You won't get a late night calls from your manager
Yes.
that send me the report, please.
Yes, it's very
ASAP.
secure and less salary. I agree, but
That's
then
right.
also it's very happily one can secure his life in a middle class manner, not a high five style, but in middle class. Very peacefully he can or she can sleep. Thank you.
So we need to wrap up this debate competition. Last minute. Please do it fast, yeah. Last minute. And your time is running out.
If you talk about the middle class life, so I think in the government job is very difficult to lead a, I would say, if you want to live a upper middle class life. So if anybody have any ambition, like he or she wants to live in a, wants to buy a very good flat or house in a good locality, you literally can move ahead with with those sort of ideas with the fixed package the government job is providing. That only
Time's
possible,
up. The other team should speak.
that
Last
only
30 minutes for
possible
the
with
other
a,
seconds.
private job.
Last 30 seconds.
Okay, what I was saying. Now look at the government employees.
5 seconds
They are
gone.
working for the government. However, they are not living the middle class life. They are getting the opportunities. They are getting the other revenues to income. For the contact,
the mic closer
for
to you.
having the governmental contact, they are having the other avenue to income. That's the fact. In private, they're not gonna get. That's it.
Okay, last. Time's up, gentlemen. So the students have shown their diligence in participating and projecting their thoughts. The topic was government job versus private job. Both the teams have performed really well. Outstanding. You guys have spoken. You have really shown your communication skill and your personality. I'm very happy to be your coach. My students are really developing. It's a small win for all of you. You can celebrate, give a round of applause for yourself, shake hand with each other. Wonderful. Stay tuned with Learn, Develop and Grow for such more upcoming life transformational and motivational learning videos. Thank you so much for being with us.